A 200-pound Boerboel was returned twice in 11 months. Both families used the same word: controlling. He would not let a single door in the house close, not the bathroom, not the bedroom. He sat in Kennel 6 at a rescue outside Bellevue, Washington for 214 days, while 31 families walked past his gate. Then, a 29-year-old woman who'd spent her whole life closing doors signed one piece of paper, and 11 months later, a $60 camera she installed, only to prove he was not destructive, recorded something that made a neurologist stop talking in the middle of an appointment. Every one of those 31 families had been wrong about Boone from the very first day. Nora Kessler was 29 and rented a 1940s bungalow in the Lake Hills neighborhood of Bellevue, 3 blocks off 156th Avenue SE. She was an American Sign Language interpreter. Courtrooms, emergency rooms, custody hearings, all day her hands carried other people's worst news. And by 6:40, she was home, in a house where nobody needed anything from her. She had grown up in a loud house, and she learned early that a closed door is a kind of answer. The bungalow had 6 doors. Nora shut every one of them, every day, in a house where she lived completely alone. She was not looking for a dog. Her sister Cass left a bag of old towels in her trunk and told her to drop them at Cascade Ridge Animal Rescue on a Saturday morning in April. She meant to leave them at the desk. Instead, she followed the noise down the kennel corridor, and at Kennel 6, she stopped. He was sitting upright with one shoulder wedged against the gate, holding it open the width of a hand, like he was waiting for somebody specific. 200 pounds of fawn muscle and a black mask, wrinkles stacked over his eyes, ears soft against a head the size of a bread box. Nora crouched. She did not speak. She lifted her hands and signed his name against the bars, slow, the way she would for a child in a hospital hallway. Boone stood up. He pushed his enormous nose through the gap he had been holding open all along. Nora did not stand up again. "I'll take him," she said. "I still see you haven't subscribed. In a minute, you'll learn why Boone will not let a door close, and it will ruin you a little. Top subscribe first." Margot Pike had run behavior at Cascade Ridge for 14 years, and while Nora filled out the paperwork, she told her what was not on the card. Boone had belonged to a man named Eldon Prieto, 78, on a property outside Enumclaw, who raised him from 9 weeks. One February morning, Eldon walked into his bathroom, shut the door behind him, and had a stroke on the tile floor. Boone stayed on the other side of that door for 2 days. When a neighbor finally came around the back of the house, the only damage anywhere was a patch of paint on the bathroom door, worn to bare wood at the exact height of a dog's nose. After that, Boone would not permit a closed door, anywhere, ever. The first family kept him 19 days. The second kept him 6 weeks and wrote one word on the return form, underlined twice: controlling. "He isn't controlling," Margot said. "He's decided nothing is ever happening behind a door again while he's on the wrong side of it." Nora signed her name and did not say what she was thinking, which was that she had built her entire adult life out of the one thing this dog could not survive. The first month was a negotiation, and Nora lost every round. Boone did not scratch doors. He did something worse. He sat. If she shut the bathroom door, 200 pounds of Boerboel dropped against the other side of it and groaned, a long, rolling sound like a truck idling in another room. By week 2, she stopped fighting. She showered with the door open. He had a system. Somewhere in the house, he found a rubber doorstop, and it became his. He carried it room to room, never chewed it, and every evening he set it down on top of Nora's foot. Not near her foot, on it. Then he stared at her until she looked at it. He drooled on one wall at hip height outside the bathroom. After 3 months, she gave up, painted that section darker, and never explained it to anybody. And for the first time in that bungalow, Nora came home to a house where something was already awake. The trouble arrived in an envelope. Her landlord, Mr. Ferranti, found the door frames, 9 of them, dented where Boone had shouldered them open again and again. He gave her 30 days and one sentence she read 4 times. Either the dog stops damaging the property or the dog goes. So Nora bought a $60 camera, aimed it down the hallway, and left it running. She wanted proof that whatever Boone was doing had a shape. She got it. She also got something she was not looking for. She watched 3 nights of it at her kitchen table with the coffee going cold. It started after 2 a.m. Boone would rise from the rug beside her bed and open every door in that house in the same order every night without variation. Hall closet, bathroom, spare room, basement stairs. He pushed each one wide with his head, checked the room from the doorway, and moved on. Then he came back and lay down across the threshold of Nora's bedroom, 200 pounds of him filling the frame, so that door could not close either. He stayed until her alarm. He was not destroying anything. He was walking a house. He was making sure there was not one room left in it where a person could shut a door and disappear. Nora sent the footage to Mr. Ferranti. He never mentioned the door frames again. Something changed in her that fall. She stopped closing doors. Not because Boone made her, because she stopped wanting to. She left the bathroom door open when she cried after a custody hearing that went badly, and Boone rested his head on the edge of the tub and did not move. A closed door had never once made her feel safe. It had only made her feel finished. If an animal has ever pulled you out of something you could not name, you already know the exact weight of that. Cass visited in November and said, "You seem like a person again." Nora said, "He won't let me leave the room." She laughed. She meant it as a joke. It was not one. 3 weeks before Christmas, Boone started doing something new. He would come to wherever she was, press his forehead hard into her hip, groan, and refuse to move. The first time she was at the stove and nearly went over. Both times he stayed pressed against her for 8 or 9 minutes, then stood up and walked away like nothing had happened. Nora thought he wanted food. She gave him food. He ate it because he was a dog. She did not think about it again for 4 months. On a Saturday in March, Nora ran a bath at 9:20 p.m. Boone shouldered the bathroom door wide, checked the room, and lay down across the threshold, and Nora stepped over him the way she had 1,000 times. She had been in the water 10 minutes when the room went strange. She told the doctors later she remembered the light changing, a smell like a struck match that was not there, and then nothing at all. Her body went rigid, her head went back against the porcelain. She slid down. Boone was already moving. The camera caught it through the open doorway, and it is hard to watch. He crossed the bathroom in one motion, put both front feet on the rim of the tub, and got his teeth around her forearm. He did not bite. He pulled. 200 pounds of Boerboel dragged an unconscious woman over the edge of a bathtub onto the tile, then stood over her with water pouring off both of them, and he did not move. She came back 12 minutes later on the bathroom floor with her tongue bleeding and a dog's chest against her cheek. She thought she had fainted. She almost did not go. Cass made her go. At Overlake Medical Center in Bellevue, a neurologist named Dr. Amit Rao listened to her describe a bath, a bitten tongue, and 12 missing minutes. Then he asked something unrelated. Had anything unusual happened in the weeks before? Norris said no. Then she said, "Actually, my dog has a camera." They watched it together in his office. They pulled 22 nights of footage. On 16 of those nights, Boone walked his route, the same rooms in the same order. On 6 of those nights, Boone abandoned the route completely. He went straight to Nora's bed, pressed his forehead into her hip, groaned, and would not move. And on every single one of those 6 nights, between 7 and 9 minutes after Boone began groaning, Nora's left hand and left foot started to move in a small rhythmic pattern she slept straight through and never remembered. Dr. Rao stopped the video and sat back. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then they found the timestamp from the night of the bath. At 9:11 p.m., 9 minutes before Nora got into the water, Boone had stood up in the bathroom doorway and refused to move out of it. She had stepped over him. He had been telling her for 4 months. The same 200-pound Boerboel that 2 families handed back. The same dog they called controlling and wrote it on a form and underlined it twice. The same dog who ruined 9 door frames, drooled on the same wall every night, and would not let a woman close a single door in her own house. He was not controlling anything. He was not disobedient or damaged or too much. He had been on the wrong side of a closed door once, and a man he loved never opened it again. And he had spent every night since making certain no room in any house of his would ever become that room. Nora Kessler has focal epilepsy, diagnosed at 30, managed now with medication and a neurologist she sees twice a year. Margot posted the story on the Cascade Ridge page that April. In 9 days, the rescue received 47 applications, and 3 dogs who had waited over a year went home. Today, Boone is 5. He still walks the hallway after 2 a.m. He still lies across her bedroom threshold. The stripe on the wall is permanent, and Nora has stopped apologizing for it. And every evening, a 200-pound Boerboel crosses the living room, sets a rubber doorstop down on top of her foot, and stares at her until she looks at it. Nora Kessler has not closed a door in 14 months. She does not want to. We decide what an animal's behavior means, and then we hand them back for it. The obsessive one, the clingy one, the controlling one. Sometimes the thing you cannot live with is the only thing standing between you and what you never knew was in the room. So tell me, was Boone protecting Nora, or was he still protecting Eldon in every house for the rest of his life? Drop your answer in the comments. And if a dog the world called too much ever walked into yours, say their name below.